Welcome back to another video on The Boys spinoff, Gen V. This video is a long time coming. Seriously, I think people have been asking me to make this video for like 3 years. Back when season 1 of The Boys dropped, we got to preview it and I knew it was going to be huge. I knew it was exactly what people who were feeling burned out on the MCU were looking for. So if you've been with us for a while checking out these complete history videos, thank you so much, and if not, make sure to hit like and subscribe. We like you around here. As the series has gained popularity, it led to a lot of people checking out the source material in our videos, and one character that people were dying to learn more about was Tek-Knight. However, I wanted to wait and see when and if Tek-Knight would show up in The Boys, and he ended up making his first appearance in Gen V. Tek-Knight in Gen V is quite different from his comic book counterpart, which actually makes for a much more interesting video because I get to cover both. So today's video is going to cover a breakdown of his complete comic book history as well as how he's presented and his powers within the show. So without further ado, today I bring you the complete history of Tek-Knight. Tek-Knight makes his first comic book appearance in The Boys, issue number 7, written by Garth Ennis and drawn by Derek Robertson. This issue is also the first appearance of the team Payback, which you've seen here and there in other incarnations within The Boys live-action universe. But Tek-Knight is a part of the team and serves under Stormfront, the second most powerful superhuman in existence. Remember Stormfront? It was a girl in the show, but it was a guy in the comics? Yeah. Now, from this point on, there will be adult themes discussed, but chances are, if you already watched The Boys, these won't bother you, so, deal with it. Tek-Knight, otherwise known as Robert Vernon, is a human superhero, or I guess just a hero if you consider powers to be a predicating factor to calling somebody a superhero. I don't, some people do. But despite the evidence to the contrary in the show, the comic version of Tek-Knight doesn't actually have any powers. Tek-Knight is, much like Soldier Boy, a mantle handed down from one hero to another, but not necessarily from one soup to another. Tek-Knight is a pretty healthy mixture between Iron Man and Batman. He uses a battlesuit and a wide variety of gadgets and armor, and insane vehicles for fighting crime. Additionally, much like Batman, Tek-Knight has a sidekick named Ladio, similar to Robin. Ladio is a title that's also handed off, and there have been an unidentified amount of Ladios. The most accomplished former Ladio is another hero by the name of Swingwing. Swingwing is a clear homage to Nightwing, and the relationship between Tek-Knight and Swingwing is similar in complexity. More on Swingwing in a moment. For the most part, The Boys and Tek-Knight do not come into contact with one another, and the reason for that is, for all intents and purposes, Tek-Knight is a pretty good hero, or at least he's good for that universe's superheroes. He doesn't really get into much trouble, he does his job, and he keeps to himself. However, starting with the very first introduction of Tek-Knight in the comics, we find out that he has a pretty unique mental condition. Tek-Knight seeks therapy for a perceived mental condition causing him to try and have sexual relations with a wide array of people and things. After forcing himself on another member of Payback, Mindroid, he ends up getting in a lot of trouble and starts to believe that he's essentially cracking under the stress of the job. Tek-Knight is able to function for a while with this condition, but following the events with Mindroid, he gets put on suspension and becomes a bit of a recluse within his Wayne Manor-esque mansion. Now, about this point is when the boys start to get involved with Tek-Knight. The boys go to Tek-Knight's manor looking for information on Swingwing, so this kind of brings us back to the character of Swingwing, which we haven't seen in the show, but Tek-Knight and Ladio both had an ongoing sexual relationship with a female villain named the Talon. The Talon would appear for a while here and there and then leave again for months on end. One night during a session when the group were catching up, Talon instigated a romantic session with all three of them. Both heroes had developed strong feelings for Talon, and thus a falling out occurred between the two. Ladio started a career of crime fighting under the alias of Swingwing, and the two became a bit estranged. And the boys get involved in their relationship after Swingwing is implicated in the death of a college student. Swingwing was being marketed by Vought as one of the first openly gay superheroes, and a major ally within the gay community. The only problem is that Swingwing wasn't actually gay, and he actually did despise gay people. He was kind of a bigot. In this world, that kind of thing only figures, in my opinion. When a local bartender and a gay man named Steven Rubenstein admitted to Swingwing that he had strong feelings for him, Swingwing reacted with disgust, causing Steven to accidentally fall off a rooftop where they were conversing, where he died. Swingwing attempted to flee when confronted by the boys about this, but was ultimately interrogated and left off the hook. Kinda. Billy ended up messing with his jetpack, which caused him to die shortly thereafter because Billy's way bigger of an asshole in the comic books than he is in the show. Later in the series, it's revealed that the reason behind Tek-Knight's erratic sexual proclivities was a massive tumor growing in his brain. This causes him to hallucinate quite often. Tek-Knight dies believing that he's saving the world from a renegade asteroid, when in reality, it's just a wheelbarrow that falls on him and kills him. So not exactly the most noble death for a hero who saved a lot of lives in his career and seemed like he was, genuinely speaking, an okay guy for that universe. Now, Tek-Knight within the live-action world of Amazon's The Boys universe is quite different. First and foremost, Tek-Knight within the series is actually a soup, and I've seen some people online saying that he isn't, but he is because the show tells you he is. Also, he is a graduate of the Godolphin School, which openly only admits talented superheroes. His powers allow him to hyper-fixate on various elements of a person's body language and read the smallest changes for really, really effective interrogation purposes. He's like a human lie detector. He also presumably has super strength, speed, and durability, and while some of these abilities aren't shown, the way that other powerful superheroes act around him indicates that he is quite accomplished, considering when he threatens them, they comply immediately out of intimidation. These abilities essentially make him a master detective/interrogator, which is a power that he uses to help solve complex crimes while also turning a profit with a popular television show and movie series. They also mention in the Boys series that he does have advanced armor and a piece of equipment named the Night Racer that the Deep helps him redesign to be more environmentally friendly. We also know that he's been involved in some actual heroism as well, as in Season 1 it's mentioned that he saved a girl in a hostage situation but accidentally crushed her spine in the process, paralyzing her. And that is the majority of information on Tek-Knight that's relevant right now. I'd like to see him back within the context of the show because I think the actor who played Tek-Knight, Derek Wilson, was an absolute highlight of the first season of Gen V. It would be awesome to see him incorporated into the main show as well. He's just a very captivating character in my opinion. Just another example of the writers of The Boys show drastically improving upon the source material in my opinion. And that is about it for this video on Tek-Knight. If you learned a lot and you enjoyed it, please consider doing the most important thing you possibly can, and that is hitting the like button. It's the only way to tell YouTube that you want to see more of our content. Thank you guys again for watching this video. This has been Nick with Key Issues, and remember the motto, Tek-Knight over everything.